friends. I'm here on, as you can read in the description, day 2 for me, day 3 for these guys, which are now not on their watch. It's my time to do a watch. My second watch, my first one was midnight to 4. Now I'm going to do noon to 4 p.m. Yeah, maybe can I get a radio check, mic check, phone check? Because I have no idea if you can hear me through the wind. What happened? You're all working, there's nobody on. I'll just ramble on here. If at some point somebody cannot hear a word that I'm saying, please let me know. But then again, how could you let me know if you can't hear what I'm saying? So I'm just keeping an eye on this area. We're like on the south tip of the Great Exuma Island, but on the west side. A spot that I've always wanted to pass through and see. Super, I mean, it's just surrounded by turquoise jello. We're floating in turquoise jello everywhere. And with some black dots somewhere. We're like in 15 feet of water, but it's still so scary to see these dark spots coming through. And I just like hit the autopilot, this way a little, this way a little. Don't want to take any chances, but of course, and they're getting more frequent now. Anyway, so we're going, yeah, so from here, non-stop to Great Inagua, South Bahamas. Then we get in a good, then we're gonna go around Cuba. Can't wait to see. Robbie said that even like, I think he said like 30, 40 miles out, you could see the tall mountains in Cuba. We're gonna go probably much closer than that because we're gonna go around. Yeah, so we're taking 4-hour shifts, and right now just have the mainsail up because we're going straight into the wind while we're here in the banks. Also because you couldn't just go straight south and get into deep water there because the minefield of coral reef and like it's just tremendous over there. You'd have to have somebody for like hours just sitting at the bow looking for rocks, not just like out of precaution, but because you could possibly hit them. And so this is a nice protected area to do this run, kind of slow. Chugging along this part here with the wind on our nose, and not too much wind, thankfully. And then we'll, in like 40 miles or so, we'll get through the most treacherous and shallow, full of rocks part that they start just concentrating, and then we're home free, just out in the big open ocean, and be able to, set the sails whichever way, bear off the wind, and be able to actually catch some of this breeze, and then turn motor off. The one motor, get only one engine. But yeah, it just broke recently, and I know what it is to get parts here in Bahamas. Oh my God. So the part is waiting in the other, in Jamaica. At Jamaica. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, can you let me know if you can actually hear me, or you're just watching my mouth move and the wind in the background? Okay, I guess if you're still there, you're there. Even Caroline's watching. Hey, Caroline. Yeah, so we're taking 4-hour watches and just keeping an eye on things, but doing like 3 knots now. So 40 miles. It's more than 10 hours? No, wait. Anyway, it is a beautiful day. And yeah, I don't know. Anybody has any questions? I had like all these things. I was going to type, but now that I'm just rambling, and I can't think of what I want to tell you. Well, I'm looking for the vegetarian food in Jamaica. That should be cool. And I can't tell you exactly what we're doing there because it's a surprise. Sort of. I mean, mostly for Robbie's friends. Super, super psyched for him. But I don't want to spoil it to his friends. Maybe watch. But maybe I think those friends already know. Has to do with another boat. Super psyched for him. Yeah. Who else is here? Yes, I am. Caroline's like, oh, yeah. Yes, I am live right now. Actually, if you walk out of your cabin and join me, we can both be live here on Facebook. Super fun to have Caroline, who I've been hearing about all lovely things, and we finally met. And they gave me a hand holding my dinghy up on deck in Staniel Key. They came out of Nassau. They did a day to go scoop me up. And yeah, my back is slowly getting better, but I know it's getting better, so we're on the right track. And rest is all I need. I can do all the stretches. It's not work, it wouldn't work because I think it's a tendon tear of some sorts. It's a result of being hyper flexible. I don't need any more stretching. I need to heal. Yeah, everything is super peaceful. It's so great to have an autopilot. Like, look at that wheel. It just does its thing. It's amazing. Look, no touches. Chart plotter and all that stuff. Depth sounder, wind instruments. Amazing. I don't have any of that on my boat. Oh yes, and I'm tracking. Currently tracking. Oh yes, I did post the link to the Boat Beacon app, which is great, but if you don't get any updates once we're like really offshore, do not fret. Do not go call in Coast Guard or something, because sometimes I don't even, forgive my ignorance, but I don't know if Starlink works in Cuba. Maybe it's kind of shut out, so if we're trying to do an update or something in areas where this whole internet on boats is a brand new thing, and we're all getting spoiled very easily to just count on it being there, But it happened to me one time off of coast of, I think it was North Carolina, when I got out of the regular transmission. I don't know how far offshore it goes, but then I think they changed it, that now you can actually change it to be a different plan. It's a different mobile, whatever it's called, for offshore, and it's a different pricing and everything. And I couldn't do that while I was already out of my other regular reception. So it was mostly like I just wanted weather. So I had the VHF on and I could pick up weather in the US. But we're good here between all three of us. I guess maybe if you, oh yes, I'm tracking on Boat Beacon and Sea People also, but Sea People is another app that lets you do that stuff, but the tracking is a little funky there. I don't know. It's not really tracking properly. I might even shut it off and then just draw my trip later. Yeah. will be only maybe 4 or 5 days in Jamaica, and then I'll come right back to my boat, standing. And I guess before you ask, I do not have solid plans for summer yet. Just recently found myself redrawing the plans that were already drawn in the sand at low tide. So, yeah, I know I love to be in New York for a month this summer, at least. It would be really nice. I don't know if I'm going to go right there and then back. Not sure if I'm taking my boat all the way to New York. I did find a very affordable place to haul out and do some work. She needs new bottom paint, and around the water line I did some experimentation there, and it's bad. So she definitely needs some good TLC at the boatyard this summer, and I'm hoping to do that. Spend at least a few weeks in the yard with my boat somewhere. I was looking at the Bahamas. It's kind of reasonable, but I think Florida will be my best bet for that. I think it'd be much easier to get to New York with the flow of the Gulf Stream. It wasn't bad coming south, the right time. It's like September. Maybe. I don't know. I did it in August. It wasn't bad at all to go to Annapolis. Oh, here you are. And this is Caroline.
Hi. We're going at such a good napping pace.
Yeah. Did you have a good sleep? Yeah. She took the sunrise shift. Sunrise watch. She loves sunrise. We're like, have it. Although the midnight to 4 is also kind of tiresome. A little bit. Yeah. You can barely see the south. Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to see here on the phone at all. Forward-facing camera. You see some of the reefs and islands on the south side, but you can't barely see the Great Exuma. I can't see it. The little Exuma. I guess if you don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't really mean anything. But, alright, I guess maybe ask me any questions if you have in the comments, and I'll catch up with you later.